Hey, so for this lesson, you're definitely going to need a graphing calculator. So go get a graphing calculator. And you can start by writing these notes down. So pause it and write this down. Okay, so this first one is point slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. That's called point slope form. The x1 and the y1 are going to be an ordered pair. So this will be a number and this will be a number. And then m is your slope, which we found last week. This is slope-intercept form. M is your slope and B is your y-intercept. This one's really important, so you might want to put a star beside it. This is what most equations will be written like. So slope-intercept form is important. We definitely want to know this. All right, write the equation of a line with the slope of -2 going through the point 3, -4. So let's look at this. If you remember, this was your formula. Y equals mx plus b. Where m, remember, is your slope and b is your y-intercept. So let's look at this question and see if it gives me any part of this. It says write the equation with the slope of -2, okay? Well, look right here. Slope is m, and m always goes with the x. So we want -2 to go with the x. So that means I can already knock out c and d. Okay? The slope has to be -2, so it's one of these two. Now, to figure out which one, we're going to go to y equals, we're going to type in a. A says -2x minus 2. I'm going to hit second graph because I want that table to come up. And I want to see if it goes through the point 3, -4. So let's look right here. It goes through the point 3, -8. So that's not right. Let's just double check that the next one is right. So let's write y equals -2x plus 2. And let's do second graph. And let's see if it goes through the point 3, -4. And it does. Look right here. It goes through the point 3, -4, which is what I wanted from that ordered pair. So B is the right answer. Let's do another one. Y with a slope of -4. So again, let me copy this. Bring this over here. So y equals mx plus b. M is the slope. So again, it's telling me the slope. So I want -4 to be with the x right there, mx. So -4x. So I can knock these two out. And then out of c and d, we want to see which one goes to the point -210. So let's type them in. Y equals -4x minus 2. And let's second graph. See if it goes through -210. It does not. It goes through -26. Let's double check with C just to make sure. C says -4x plus 2. And let's do second graph. See if it goes through -210. It sure does. See, I wanted that -210 and I got it. So D is your answer for this one. All right, I'm going to let you guys try this one. So pause it and try this one really quick. All right, so the first thing you should see is that your slope is 1/2. That means you want the 1/2 to go with the x, which means it's either A or B. And then when you type them in, 1/2 x plus 8. And you go down to see if it goes through 8, -4. It does not. So it's got to be B, but let's just double check. And does it go through 8, -4? It sure does. So yes, B was your answer for this one. Okay, what happens if it doesn't give you the slope? If it just gives you ordered pairs? These are actually easier because we don't have to think of anything. We're just going to type in all the equations until we find both of those ordered pairs. So I'm going to type in A. And again, look, I got to find both of them. So let's start with 0, -10. Nope. It goes through 0, 2. So I'm already going to stop. I don't have to even look for the -2, 8. Let's try B. B says -10. All right. It's got my 0, -10. So this one is good. But we got to check both. Okay, that's an important part. Don't forget to check both. And this one says -2, -28. That's not what I wanted, is it? I wanted negative 2, 8. So it's got to be C, but let's double check. C says negative 9x plus 10. But actually it should say minus 10, so let me change that to a minus. All right, and let's do second graph. Does it go through 0, negative 10? Yes. Does it go through negative 2, 8? Yes. So C was the answer there. All right, next. Again, we're going to try, we want to find both ordered pairs. So I have negative 1/2 x plus 5.5. And let's do second graph. Negative 3, 4, no, it's negative 3, 7. So that's not right. So B is the right answer here. All right, I think we're at the hang of this. Let's get that on. Okay, let's do this one. An x-intercept of 2 and a y-intercept of 5. Now, we just did intercepts yesterday and here, or last week, and here's why it is so important. You need to know how to write the intercepts. That's why we went over it last week. So the x-intercept, the x comes first. The y-intercept, the 0 comes first. Again, you need to know this because now I have made it into a problem just like the problem I just did. Okay. Another way I'd like for you to think about this, let's go back to this y equals mx plus b. What did b mean? B was your y-intercept. Well, look, it tells you your y-intercept. It says your y-intercept is negative 5. So just to save a little bit of time, I know it has to end with a negative 5, with a minus 5. So I know it cannot be A and B. So just to save us some time typing in questions, it's either got to be C or D, because it has to end with that minus 5. So let's type these in and see which one gives us the ordered pair 2, 0 and 0, 5. So what do we got? 5/2 x minus 5. And let's do second graph. Does it give me 2, 0? It does. Does it give me 0, negative 5? It does. So C is your answer. So let's do another one like that. All right, it's got to have a y-intercept of 4. That means it's got to end in a positive 4, which means it is not A, is not B. It could be C. That ends in a plus 4. It could be D. That ends in a plus 4. And my x-intercept has got to be at negative 1, 0. My y-intercept has got to be at 0, 4. So let's see which one does that. Let's try 4x plus 4. What do I want? I want negative 1, 0. That one's got negative 1, 0 and 0, 4. There we go. So C is the right answer for this one. One more. Oh, no, this one's different. Okay. Oh, excellent. So this one, actually, we don't even need to use the calculator. As long as you can remember y equals mx plus b. And m is your slope, and b is your y-intercept. So m, my slope, is 1/2. That means 1/2 has to go with the x. So it's either A or B. And then your y-intercept is 6. So y-intercept is B. That means 6 has to go at the end, and it has to be a positive 6. So that one's going to be A. So let's go through this one. This one's a little different. It still gives me the slope, but this time it gives me an x-intercept. So I know the slope is negative 1. That means negative 1 has to go with x. So it could be A, it could be B. It's not going to be C because C had a positive x. It's going to be D because D had a positive x. And then you need to remember that the x-intercept always goes the number, so negative 3, and then a 0. So we actually have to try this. We can't just look at the equation and figure this out. That's a big mistake people make. The last number is your y-intercept, not your x-intercept. So let's try A. Does it have the point negative 3, 0? It does. It also has 0, negative 3, but we don't care about that. So A is your answer here. All right, m is 1/3 and b is 4. Well, remember our equation was y equals mx plus b. So m is 1/3, so 1/3 needs to go with x. B is 4, so 4 needs to go at the end. So this one has to be B, 1/3 x plus 4. with a slope of -6 that goes through the origin. Well, if you'll remember, the origin is the ordered pair 0, 0. So that means I want my, well, let's just do it. So let's try, and the slope is -6. Slope is with the x. So it can't be a because that has a +6. It can't be d because that has a +6. So let's type in b and c and see which one goes through 0, 0. So I have -6x. We need to do second graph. Does it go through 0, 0? It sure does. So B is your answer. And that's it. So if you go try that worksheet, again, most of them you're just going to type it in y equals and let me know if you need help.